For my first field trip for WYHB and my first piece of street journalism ever, I decided to go to a place that's near and dear to my heart, a place that's near and dear to my favorite sport, auto racing. That's why I decided to go to the Dawsonville Pool Room in Dawsonville, Georgia, where the entire town was in a fever pitch over Chase Elliott being on pole for the Daytona 500. When you think of landmarks in the world of auto racing, and when you think of the state of Georgia in the world of auto racing, you may think of Atlanta Motor Speedway in Hampton, or you may think of Road Atlanta in Brazelton, but what I think of first when I think of Georgia racing landmarks is right here in Dawsonville, Georgia, the world-famous Dawsonville Pool Room, where the entire town is excited over Chase Elliott being on pole for the Daytona 500. Once I made my way inside, I was able to interview the son of the owner, the man that runs the place, Mr. Gordon Perkle Jr., and talk to him a bit about some of his favorite memories of Georgia racing and his hopes for Chase Elliott. Gordon, how excited is everybody? How excited is your father? How excited are the people here in Dawsonville about Chase Elliott being on pole for the Daytona 500?
Oh, everybody is. I mean, when we sound that siren off, telephones were just ringing off the hook. It's just like back when his daddy was driving. I mean, this has brought NASCAR back into this little small town.
It just feels like everybody here is so proud of what he's been able to do, making it to the NASCAR Cup Series, and just talk a little bit about what it was like here, just watching him grow up into what he is now, and how, I guess, how everybody here feels.
Well, we always knowed he would be good, because when he went from go-karts to bandolera, every time he steps up to the next class, he progresses, does better. Like whenever first time he ran Archer, he won a race. First time truck, won a race. And then when he stepped into Nationwide, he won the championship and won 3 races. And then the next year, last year in Xfinity, if he hadn't have wrecked in Talladega, he would have won the championship 2 years in a row.
So what has Chase Elliott done to bring excitement back to Dawsonville, excitement back for racing, and how excited is everybody about the future now?
Well, we know him being with Rick Hendricks, that he's got the best of the best equipment, and we're just real excited because we all here at the pool, but now you're seeing people come back in here that used to come all the time when Bill was winning races, because it's a local boy, from a small town like here, because of the history from this town. This is where the moonshiners and all like that started, and I mean, this is the birthplace of auto racing. Always getting ready for that speed weeks, we're always excited, but we always was when Bill, because we was saying, well, is he going to make the next new record? Is he going to, and now Chase, just him getting the pole brought, you would have heard people in here cheering and hollering just like it was back in the 80s. I mean, it's all making its round back again. As you can tell, it didn't take long for the conversation to cycle around to Chase's father, Bill. Bill Elliott, the 1988 champion of what was then known as NASCAR's Winston Cup Series, a 2-time Daytona 500 winner, 3-time Southern 500 winner, and the first winner of NASCAR's Winston Million. Do you remember what it was like when Bill broke the record at Talladega, the 212-mile-an-hour lap? What was that like? What was that excitement like? Oh, it was real exciting. I mean, back then media wasn't as big as it is today. So everybody always come here to watch qualifying, to watch races and all. So the pool room, it was sure enough packed back then.
What's your favorite memory of Bill winning? Your favorite memory of a race party here?
Was when he won the Winston Million. Stands out the most. And one of them too was the Winston, the pass in the grass in between him and Earnhardt too. That was because up here you've got a lot of Ford and Chevrolet people, so there was a lot of Earnhardt people here too. So it was kind of rowdy in here. I knew it was time to leave around the time Gordon showed us the world-famous Dawsonville Pool Room siren that sounded every time Chase Elliott wins a race. But not before asking him one more question about Chase's future and
having a cheeseburger.
Realistically, what do you expect out of Chase for this season?
What we're hoping for is to at least get one win and be in the chase, is what we're, looking for. But I'd like to see a lot more.
The next stop on this WYHB field trip was to the Georgia Auto Racing Hall of Fame Museum in Dawsonville, where I conducted an interview with Mr. Gordon Perkle, the owner of the Dawsonville Pool Room, and his daughter, Miss Haley Garrett.
One of the centerpieces here at the Hall of Fame is this race car driven by Bill Elliott in the 1998 Die Hard 500, a true testament to the safety of Winston Cup cars at the time. Bill Elliott impacted the wall at more than 190 miles an hour, rolled over, and was able to walk away unscathed from this badly mangled race car.
While admiring the beautiful race cars at the Hall of Fame Museum, I noticed that they have a moonshine distillery. I've never tried moonshine and decided my first time to do it should be on camera. And boy, was it interesting.
All right, so we're trying, what is this, White Lightning?
This is 109 proof White Lightning.
109 proof White Lightning. Well, here we go. Whoo!
Hey, we got a woo.
Wow! Whoo!
All right, got two woos.
Wow!
The man they call Bullet Bob was kind enough to take us on a tour of the distillery, teach us a little bit about the history of Georgia moonshine, and teach us how to make it. After that, I decided to go to a racing simulator and prove why, kids, you should not drink and drive.
That's a wheelman right there. Yeah, baby. Oh, I'm in the wall. Oh, no. There's just a lot of things you can do for fun here. Oh, man, I just hit the wall hard. Oh, man, at least I hit the checkpoint. Oh, I'm in the wall again. Oh, no. Oh, no.
After shooting a little more B-roll, I was finally sobered up enough to conduct my interview with Miss Haley Garrett, the former Miss Atlanta Journal and the daughter of Gordon Perkle, the owner of the Dawsonville Pool Room.
Our family was really close with Elliott family, and I've been to a lot of the races. I even got to go to Riverside, California, and I was in Darlington when he won the $1 million, and all the $1 million come flying down. And I was Miss Atlanta Journal in Atlanta, and that was really fun. You got to see a lot of different people, you got to do a lot of things, and you were firsthand on everything. So I've enjoyed that, but the Elliott family's been good to Dawsonville, and we love them, and now we're so glad that Chase is racing, and we're all behind him too.
When do you think we'll hear the siren on his first win?
Now that I'm not sure, but we hope it's soon. But if it's not, it's a learning process too, and he's learning. But I believe in my heart he's going to be just as good as Bill, or he may even be better.
And then finally, it was time to meet the man himself, the owner of the Dawsonville Pool Room, Mr. Gordon Perkle.
Chase Elliott on the pole for the Daytona 500. I heard the siren was sounded on Sunday. How exciting was it in the pool hall when he won the pole?
I couldn't believe it. I was so happy. I knew always how it works. You win the pole at Daytona, you the poster child for the whole week, for not just 2 or 3 days, for a whole 7 days. And watching it on TV, I was so excited. I couldn't believe, the first but when he picked it up from 204 to 194 to 196 on that last run, I had no doubt that it was going to hold. Well, in the early days, we were so proud of when Bill came along. And at that time, you didn't have TV in every house. You didn't, when ESPN come on site, I think there was about 6 satellite dish in the town, and I got one to the pool room where they could watch. At that time, we didn't open on Sunday, but we would when there's a race on Sunday. And the place was packed because you couldn't get in one of those 6 houses that had one anyhow. But it was so exciting back in them days to have a home. Dawsonville been known for this. We've had 27 Daytona wins chased back to Dawsonville, and 4 NASCAR championship, and even 4 that, 7 more national championship, because I like to refer to this as birthplace of stock car racing. It's no secret, racing all started from moonshining, and most of the early days racers from Dawsonville, what they did. And I think the French family wanted to sweep a little bit of that history under the rug, but when Bill Elliott came along, that's when it brought it back out. Not that they ever done anything in moonshine, but it brought back, he was from Dawsonville, and most people forgot about all these other drivers that had won Daytona from Dawsonville.
What do you think are the odds? When do you think we're going to hear the siren for his first Cup Series win?
That's hard to say. I'm sure he's going to get a win before this year's over, and that's asking for a lot. I can't remember nobody but maybe Davey Allison got a win that first year. But I feel confident he'll get one 40 years out.
It's been a pleasure talking to you. I appreciate the stories. I certainly hope Chase has a good run at Daytona, and I hope he has a great one at Atlanta. I'll be coming to the watch party at the pool room for Atlanta. All right.
Watch it here in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, we're going to watch it here?
Yeah.
I'll come here then.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to meet you.
24-foot screen back there.
I'm coming. 24 feet, I'm coming. Pleasure to meet you, Mr. Perkle. I'm Lucas Caylor at the Georgia Auto Racing Hall of Fame in Dawsonville for WYHB. So what did I learn today? Well, for starters, I learned that I really like moonshine. I also learned how to make it. But more importantly than that, I learned about the legacy of the pool room, the history of racing in the state of Georgia, and I discovered that racing means a lot to the city of Dawsonville, and that Dawsonville means a lot to the stock car racing community. I learned that this town is just as supportive, just as appreciative of Chase Elliott as they were of Bill, and that this town really has its eye on the future, hoping Chase is going to carry him to another NASCAR championship. This has been a WYHB field trip. I'm Lucas Caylor. So long from Dawsonville.